Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Podcast, the show where we make English conversation easy, natural, and fun. I'm Laura.
And I'm Mark. Hey, Laura, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Mark. I'm really excited about today's episode. What about you?
Same here. I've been looking forward to this one all week.
Before we dive in, everyone, we have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy our podcast, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world.
Absolutely. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you find this episode helpful. Those likes mean the world to us.
And please share Talk Podcast with your friends, classmates, or anyone who's learning English. We're all in this together.
Perfect. So, Laura, what's our topic for today?
Today, we're talking about something that comes up all the time in real life, how to talk about yourself in English.
The classic tell me about yourself question.
Exactly. This is probably one of the most common questions you'll hear when meeting new people, starting a new job, joining a class, or even at social events.
It's true. And you know what? Even though it seems simple, many people find it challenging. They don't know where to start or what information to share.
That's exactly why we're doing this episode. We want to help you feel confident and prepared when someone asks you this question.
So today we're going to share our own stories, give you useful phrases, and show you how to create a great introduction about yourself.
And the best part? We'll keep it natural and conversational, just like how real people talk.
Sounds perfect. So should we start?
Let's do it. Mark, why don't you go first? Tell me about yourself.
All right, here we go. Well, my name is Mark, M-A-R-K. I'm originally from Australia, but I've been living in different countries for the past few years.
Australia, that's amazing. I've always wanted to visit. Do you miss it?
Sometimes, yes, especially the beaches and the weather, but I love experiencing new cultures, so I'm happy where I am now.
That's wonderful. So where do you live currently?
Right now I live in London. It's a big, bustling city, completely different from the small coastal town where I grew up.
Wow, that must be quite a change. Do you live in the city center?
I live in a flat in the suburbs. It's a two-bedroom apartment, nothing fancy, but it's comfortable and close to the train station.
Nice. I love that you said flat instead of apartment. That's so British.
Yes, I've picked up some British expressions since moving here. Now, what about you, Laura? Tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Laura. I'm from Canada, from a city called Vancouver on the West Coast.
Vancouver, beautiful city. Do you still live there?
No, actually. I moved to Toronto a few years ago for work. I live in a small apartment downtown, right in the heart of the city.
Downtown Toronto must be very lively.
It is. There's always something happening. Restaurants, theaters, events. I love the energy, even though it can be noisy sometimes.
I can imagine. So we've covered names and where we're from. What else should people include when talking about themselves?
Great question. I think age is sometimes mentioned, depending on the situation. It's not always necessary, but it can be relevant.
True. In some cultures, people ask about age more openly. In others, it's considered private.
Exactly. But for the sake of our listeners, I'll share. I'm 32 years old.
And I'm 35. See, that wasn't so hard.
Not at all. Now, here's a big one. What do you do, Mark? What's your job?
I'm an English teacher and a content creator. I teach English online to students from all over the world, and I also create podcasts like this one.
That's such a cool job. Do you enjoy it?
I absolutely love it. Every day is different. I meet people from different countries, learn about their cultures, and help them achieve their goals. It's very rewarding.
That's beautiful. I can hear the passion in your voice.
Thank you. What about you, Laura? What do you do?
I'm a marketing manager for a tech company. I work with a team to promote our products and connect with customers.
That sounds exciting. Is it a big company?
It's a medium-sized company, but we're growing fast. I've been there for about 4 years now.
4 years? You must really enjoy it.
I do. It's challenging, but I love the creative side of marketing and working with my team.
Wonderful. So we've talked about names, locations, age, and jobs. What's next?
How about family? That's always a nice topic when getting to know someone.
Good idea. Family's important. So, Laura, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have two sisters, both younger than me. Emma is 28 and Sophie is 25.
3 sisters. Your parents must have their hands full.
They did when we were kids, but now we're all grown up. Emma is a nurse and Sophie is studying to be a veterinarian.
A veterinarian. She must love animals.
She does. She has 3 dogs and 2 cats. Her house is like a little zoo.
That's fantastic. What about you? Do you have any pets?
I have one cat. His name is Oliver. He's a big, fluffy orange cat and he's very lazy.
Oliver the lazy cat. Love it. What does he do all day?
Mostly sleep, eat, and sit by the window watching birds. It's a tough life.
Sounds like the perfect cat life. I have a pet too, actually.
Really? What kind?
I have a dog named Charlie. He's a golden retriever, very energetic and friendly.
Golden retrievers are beautiful. I bet he keeps you active.
Oh yes, we go for long walks every morning and evening. He loves the park.
That's lovely. Do you have siblings too, Mark?
I have one brother. His name is James. He's 3 years younger than me, so he's 32, same age as you.
What does James do?
He's an architect. He designs buildings and homes. Very creative and talented guy.
Wow, an architect. That's impressive. Are you too close?
We are. We talk regularly, even though we live in different countries. Technology makes it easy to stay connected.
That's great. And your parents, what do they do?
My dad is retired now, but he was an engineer. My mom is a librarian. She still works part-time because she loves books so much.
A librarian? That's wonderful. My mom is a teacher, actually. She teaches elementary school.
Oh, so teaching runs in your family too, in a way.
I suppose it does. And my dad is an accountant. He's very good with numbers.
That's great. So we've covered family and pets. What else can people talk about when introducing themselves?
Hobbies and interests are always good. They show your personality and give others something to connect with.
Perfect. So, Laura, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I love reading. I'm always in the middle of at least 2 books at the same time.
2 books at once? That's impressive. What kind of books do you read?
I like fiction, especially mystery and thriller novels. I also enjoy biographies about interesting people.
That's a nice mix. Do you have a favorite author?
That's tough. I really love Agatha Christie for mysteries, and I've been reading a lot of Malcolm Gladwell recently.
Great choices. What other hobbies do you have?
I also love hiking. On weekends, I try to get out of the city and explore nature trails. It helps me relax and disconnect from work.
Hiking is fantastic exercise and so peaceful. Do you go alone or with friends?
Usually with friends or sometimes with a hiking group. It's more fun to share the experience.
Absolutely. What about you, Mark? What are your hobbies? Well, besides teaching and podcasting, I love playing guitar. I've been playing for about 15 years now.
15 years? You must be really good.
I'm decent. I play mostly for myself, just for relaxation. Sometimes I play with friends.
What kind of music do you play?
I like rock and blues, lots of classic rock songs. I also enjoy learning acoustic versions of popular songs.
That sounds amazing. Any other hobbies?
I'm really into photography. I love taking photos when I'm traveling or just walking around the city.
What do you photograph?
Mostly landscapes and street photography. I love capturing everyday moments and interesting architecture.
That's a beautiful hobby. Do you share your photos online?
Sometimes on social media, yes. It's nice to share what I see with others.
I'd love to see them sometime. Now, here's something interesting to include when talking about yourself, your favorites.
Favorites are great conversation starters, like favorite food, favorite color, favorite movie.
Exactly. So, Mark, what's your favorite food?
Oh, that's tough. I love Italian food, especially pasta. Give me a good spaghetti carbonara, and I'm happy.
Carbonara is delicious. Do you cook it yourself?
I try. I'm an okay cook. Not great, but I can make a few decent dishes.
That counts. My favorite food is sushi. I could eat it every day.
Sushi is fantastic. What's your favorite type?
I love salmon rolls and anything with avocado. What about favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. dark blue, like navy. It's calm and classic.
Nice. Mine is purple. I've loved it since I was a kid.
Purple is great, very royal and creative. How about favorite movie?
Oh, this is hard. I have so many. But if I had to choose one, maybe The Shawshank Redemption.
Classic choice. That's a brilliant film. Mine is probably Inception. I love a good mind-bending story.
Inception is incredible. I've watched it 3 times and still find new details.
Same here. Okay, so we've covered hobbies and favorites. Should we talk about things we don't like?
Yes, that's important too. It shows personality and can be quite funny.
All right, Laura, what's something you don't like?
I really don't like cold weather. I know that's ironic since I'm from Canada.
That is funny. Why don't you like it?
I just prefer warm, sunny days. Winter can be so long and dark. It affects my mood.
That makes sense. I don't like crowded places. Too many people in a small space makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, I understand that. Like crowded trains or busy shopping malls?
Exactly. I prefer quieter, more spacious environments.
What about foods you don't like?
I don't like mushrooms. I know many people love them, but I can't stand the texture.
Interesting. I actually love mushrooms, but I completely don't like cilantro. It tastes like soap to me.
Oh, you're one of those people. I've heard that's genetic.
It is. About 10% of people have that gene. Lucky me.
Well, everyone has their preferences. That's what makes us unique.
Absolutely. So, Mark, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. Let's recap what people should include when talking about themselves.
Great idea. First, start with your name. Simple, but essential.
Then where you're from and where you live now if it's different.
Your age, if appropriate for the situation. It's not always necessary.
What you do for work or study. This is usually very important.
Family information, siblings, parents, maybe your marital status if relevant.
Pets. People love talking about their pets.
Hobbies and interests. This is where you really show your personality.
Favorites. Food, colors, movies, music, whatever feels natural.
And maybe 1 or 2 things you don't like just to keep it interesting.
Perfect summary. Now, here's an important tip. You don't have to share everything all at once.
That's crucial. If someone says, "Tell me about yourself," they don't want your entire life story in 5 minutes.
Exactly. Choose the most relevant information for the situation.
For example, in a job interview, focus on your professional background and relevant skills.
At a party or a social event, talk about your hobbies and interests.
In a class, mention your name, where you're from, and why you're taking the course.
The key is to read the situation and adapt.
And always be genuine. Don't try to be someone you're not.
Great advice. People appreciate authenticity.
Also, keep it positive. You don't want to complain too much when first meeting someone.
True. Save the complaints when you know them better.
Exactly. First impressions matter.
One more tip. Ask questions back. Conversation is a two-way street.
Yes, after you share something about yourself, ask the other person the same question.
It shows you're interested in them, not just talking about yourself.
And it keeps the conversation flowing naturally.
Wonderful. I think our listeners have a lot of great tools now to talk about themselves confidently.
I agree. Practice makes perfect, though. The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Absolutely. And speaking of practice, we have a special request for our amazing listeners.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. In the comments section below, please introduce yourself to us.
You can write a few sentences in English. Tell us your name, where you're from, and one interesting thing about yourself.
Maybe your favorite hobby or your dream destination, whatever you'd like to share.
We'll read all your comments, and we might even respond to some of them.
It'll be like one big talk podcast community getting to know each other.
We're so excited to learn about all of you. Don't be shy.
And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Talk Podcast.
Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future episodes.
And give this episode a like. It really helps other English learners find our podcast.
Share it with your friends, study partners, or anyone who's learning English. Let's help each other grow.
You can also follow us on social media for bonus content and tips.
We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Just search for Talk Podcast.
Before we wrap up, Laura, do you have any final thoughts for our listeners?
Just remember, everyone has an interesting story to tell, you included. Don't be afraid to share who you are.
Beautifully said. Be confident, be yourself, and enjoy the process of meeting new people.
English is a tool for connection. Use it to build friendships and open doors.
And we're here to help you every step of the way.
Thank you all so much for listening to Talk Podcast today. It's been wonderful talking with you.
We'll be back soon with another engaging episode. Until then, keep practicing and keep talking.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.